Hey everybody, it's officially summer. The calendar says it as well, and the kids are out of school, so yay, happy summer. It's definitely my happy time. And it's been a while, so I'm here to give you the news with Suze, and it's been probably a couple months, so I apologize, but that's what happens when us realtors get into the spring market. I always say it's like being in retail at the holiday season, like everything happens in a very short amount of time, so if I haven't had a chance to catch up with you personally, I apologize as well. Just literally been probably April, May, and June, the busiest time of my life. So good problem to have. Very grateful for it, especially after such a slow start. The entire real estate industry, the first quarter of 2023 was the lowest number of closings ever on record. So we were all feeling it. It was a little stressful. But very grateful to again be busy now and see that the markets come back again. So, and the lack of closings is due to the lack of inventory. So there's just no houses available, nothing for people to buy. So there's just a major cog in the wheel. And as we've been saying, that's because, most people in this country have a mortgage below, say, 3 or 4%. And many people, bought homes within the past couple of years, and they're not planning to go anywhere. I think the average homeowner is in their home for like about 10 years now. It used to be 7 years, so people are kind of staying put longer on average, which is interesting as well. But anyways, just wanted to give you an update sort of as to what's been happening so far, because now we are, midway through the year. So we have made up for a lot of lost time, so to speak, with just the busyness of the spring market. So it is back. We are still seeing low inventory historically. And I always say that's the conversation, because, the lack of inventory is keeping the frenzy going. When something comes on, it's still getting a ton of attention. There's still more buyers than we have houses to sell. So it's really, and the houses are still appreciating. So I think that's the message right now, is that, wow, here we are halfway through the year. The rates have not come down. There's still a lot of talk of them, perhaps getting down to 5.5 or so. But we've consistently been hovering, above 6, close to 7 at times. So it's almost like the market has absorbed the fact that the rates are here and they're here to stay. We're not going to see that 3 or 4% anytime soon, maybe never in our lifetime. So the prices are continuing to appreciate though. So to me, it is kind of is what it is scenario, because rents are also going up between 5 and 6% every year. So I think the message is, really work with your lender if you're a buyer, and understand maybe some other areas where you could cut things, or are there different programs available to you? Can you look at a condo instead of a single family? Look at a multifamily instead of a single family? Millennials are the biggest set of home buyers right now. There's so many millennials, and good for them for, wanting to get into home ownership, because that is how you create wealth. So even though it's very competitive, I always say look at that long game. And there's seasonal times that, buyers can take advantage of. So for example, I tell all my sellers, we never put things on the week or two around the 4th of July, because the entire country's on vacation. New England in particular, we're such a seasonal market. So many people, like you feel it right now, school's out, everybody's down the Cape or up in the mountains. We're lucky in New England to have all these drivable vacation spots. So, I always tell my sellers, we're not going to list at a time when there's nobody here to see it, but maybe there's some things that have been sitting for a little bit, and, a buyer can take advantage of that. Or someone that just has no choice and they have to list, at a kind of slower couple weeks in the summer. But overall for sellers, we are expecting that, the rest of the summer market, once people get back from their vacations, so probably mid-July to mid-August, are typically very busy. Relocation buyers want to get locked down. Buyers want to get in before school starts. So we have a really good window, in front of us. Grateful to say we're putting on a bunch of things right after the 4th holiday wraps up. So I think we have 5 or 6 things coming on the week of starting on July 12th. So that's exciting. And there's condo, there's some single families, Bedford, Billerica, so a few different areas as well. So again, just wanted to let you know sort of what we've been seeing so far this year. For sellers, again, the message is you have to be very strategic with your pricing. You're still going to do great. You're going to see, some record-breaking prices, but if we push it too far, we might push buyers out totally. So, again, that's why every house is different. It's important to have a strategy that works for you and for your home and for exactly what's happening on your street. Data can be tricky because the data might say one thing overarching, but what is the exact scenario that's happening in your neighborhood on your street? So that's why it's always important to have someone that really knows your local area. So that's what we're seeing. And I would say another thing, I've been excited to see some of the trends coming with, more, green homes and really thinking about different, there's a first all electric house here in Bedford that David Bernstein just built that has electric heat pumps. I just saw that closed today, so congratulations, that's very exciting. I'm also seeing though, as much as people want those things and they're craving those things, when they don't have many options, they're still buying a house that has oil heat or whatnot, just because there's not that many options out there. So hopefully that will change as people build more homes like that, and there's more options for buyers. But I think it's kind of had to take a back seat just because we have no inventory. And again, throughout the entire country, but especially here in Greater Boston, there's just no new construction. We are still thousands of units behind, where we need to be. So I know there's some projects being talked about in town with some mixed use and things like that. And we really do need more affordable housing. And my thought is always, if we could up our public transportation and build better infrastructure with sidewalks and all of that, then the concerns about traffic might be somewhat alleviated if we are working on the infrastructure before we approve the projects or as we're approving the projects. So that's always a big kind of buzzword around town too. I think that's the biggest things I wanted to talk about. But as always, every house is different. Everybody's situation is different. So that's why we always do everything custom from, day one meeting with you. We're going to listen to you and see exactly what your goals are, what your needs are. For the buyers and the buyer agents on our team, again, that lack of inventory is really tricky. So they're working really diligently to find the coming soons, network with other agents, really be in social media, listening to what's happening in a certain neighborhood. Somebody knows something's coming on. So it's like the binoculars, like what's coming. So, that's a really important thing on the buy side. And again, on the sell side, no matter what the market, you really want the house to look as great as it can, be presented in the best manner. And that's why our team brings so much to the table with all of that strategy around the prep and the staging and the photography and video and all of that. So it's even though the market's hot, you still want to take pride in how you're presenting the home, because you want the buyers to have that experience, and present an offer accordingly. So anyway, so that's the news with Suze. So I guess I would say all good, a little bit bumpy start, a little stressful, probably put a few more wrinkles on my face, but in it for the long run. I'm here for you. So anything at all you need, like I said, I'll always tell you the truth. And I hope you're having some fun this summer. I know that the Cape rentals, I heard, are down because now everybody's traveling again. So air travel can be a nightmare, but I think rents are down about 25%. Or I should say the occupancy is down 25% for the seasonal rentals on the Cape. So it might be a good time to try to, plan that last minute vacation. There's a lot of availability, I've heard. So anyways, that's the news with Suze. Happy summer. Enjoy it. And I'll try to be more in touch over the summer and let you know what's happening. Thanks.